Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to do another tea time topics where we will have pre-planned topics in the teacup. We pick them out and then we talk about whatever is on the slip, and it can be anything. And it can be good, bad, ugly, we don't know. We just go with the flow, and it's obviously designed and thought about producer behind the camera. It's a random, we picking up randomly, we don't know what's in there, and sometimes we give it to you guys too much information. Yeah. We give you all the tea. Tea is definitely spilled. We can definitely get carried away, and we will always give you our honest opinions. And you know, it's just good to talk about different things, and you can see that if you agree with us, disagree with us, always let us know in the comments below. But we are ready. Get your cups of teas. We've got ours, and we're ready to get into some tea time topics.
Let's do it together. Cheers! Okay, here we go. The first one.
The first topic of the day is: can we replace teachers with computers?
No. I think you do need human touch. We are human. End of the day, we are not made from metal or concrete. So we do need like love and care and interaction. Especially, you know, when you are like a little child, children do need teachers. Teacher can tell them you are right or you are wrong.
Because there's so many different kids as well, so that's why, you know, a robot might not be able to pick up the different needs and the different differences within children. That could be a problem if you replaced it. But on the flip side, I think maybe why they're trying to bring like an idea to bring computers is because with teachers you've got like emotions, so it gets rid of the emotional side, so that each
without
child,
the emotional, what
I think that
emotion,
would be on the other.
Yeah, then you
flip
become a
sides of the
robot.
argument.
People start killing. You know, this is people start
How do you
killing.
you can't go to the extreme. Like, how do people start killing with robots?
If you don't have emotions.
Yeah, if you have no emotion, then you have no sympathy.
Can you imagine? You don't have a sympathy. You don't have a
empathy.
Empathy.
Yeah.
You just.
It's always good to talk about the other side of the argument as well. So yeah, like it is obviously. We've talked
there
about
is already
that
computer
side.
in the class anyway in the schools.
So what about the other side of the argument? What can you think about for the other side? Because you have to talk about both sides. You can't
Okay,
just
yeah.
talk
I mean,
about-
we got computer already. Children are learning from
What
the
do you think
computer.
could be the positives in having computers over teachers? What would be the positives?
I don't think anything is a positive. I mean, we do have a computer already. It is positive. It's actually, you know, we're losing the human touch already. We going, you know, people are spending. I mean, they've got no social skills. Children don't have a social skills.
They are losing them.
They're losing the natural touch. I disagree.
So you don't think there's any benefits in them?
No, I don't want you know, computer teaching children. Never.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
But
like-
what about going online? I do sometimes like videos. I like learn online.
That's already there, but completely taking off from.
Yeah, I think there can definitely be more of a balance, because I know personally there are some teachers are better than others, and you know, some teachers are actually quite harmful on kids because they've got their own issues, and sometimes they take them emotions out on the kids. So I think they can definitely be room for a balance, because.
But you're never gonna get every single teacher's gonna be amazing though.
Yeah, that's why I think there should be a balance. There could be, you know, the way they've come with technology, with the new like ways of teaching and stuff. You can bring those in, but like Mom says, I don't think you can ever get rid of the complete personal interaction, because you need that.
Teachers gonna go. We're gonna lose our teachers.
It's also
job.
teachers like help with interaction with the children, because
Yeah.
like how is a robot gonna like say like, oh, you stop not listening because
Oh yeah, children can be not sitting in the
Yeah.
class, or they
Yeah,
won't even
true.
attend the class.
I think
or,
definitely from like young you need like teachers, but I think like in high school you can have a blend, so you can have like you need teachers.
I think
but
until 17, you definitely need a teacher. You need
Yeah.
somebody who can
Yeah.
tell you, guide you,
Yeah.
support you, give you the right
But
path.
I think even in
After-
high school you can have some modules, for example, which are like
No, definitely
computer
not
driven.
school. Schools until 17, you do not need a taught by computer.
That's your view. It's not about teaching by computers. You can have certain modules, so like a teacher can put a module on, and then that can be really interactive and teach you.
But
Because
still,
there's
you're
loads of-
still saying that there's going to
You're
be
going
a
to need
teacher
teachers.
there.
I think you need teachers, but I think certain modules can be computerized, because some teachers try to teach things and the kids aren't listening. A lot of the times it's hard to just listen to someone.
If they can't
just
listen to the
constantly
teacher,
talking.
how can they
Mum,
listen
you're not
to the
listening.
computer?
It's about an interactive program. Interactive.
It's
so
going to
you
be
have to.
interactive now. I'm completely disagreeing with you. If it's
People
the
don't learn that
computer-
way. People don't learn just being dictated to. You want to do a dictatorship, and people don't learn like that. There's so many different ways of learning. People learn visually. People learn through hearing. People learn through writing. There's so many different ways.
That's the way
So
that people
that's
are
where
teaching.
Teachers don't know that.
I still don't feel like teacher needs to be taken by computers.
And nor do I. But you can definitely have interactive modules.
Right, okay, that's it. So no for me.
You
What did
definitely
you say?
need teachers, but me and you, we both know that there's so many different students, and even Kiran, she doesn't want to just sit there and do
I
things
can't listen to someone all day.
constantly. No, you can't. And it's actually a fact that's been proven that you only listen or concentrate for 20 minutes. So how, when lessons
in
are an
that
hour
case,
long,
you should, they should reduce. One thing I can tell, they should reduce the teaching time, and also not like making too hard, which is, you work, you can agree with me, you learn in school, you never ever use the same
Some
learning
things,
in the real life.
some things, a lot of things you do use. There are some things that are probably outdated now, and you don't need to do it, and you probably don't need those exams and the time pressure and that environment. But there are a lot of things you learn in school that you do learn, like that you stays with you in life.
I think it's
Like
more
geography,
likely.
for example. Like how much did we learn at school about the world and all that stuff? You never got in India.
Yes, made up now after all that year. See, it can go a little deeper than you expected.
You gotta try and look at both sides of the arguments, guys.
Yeah.
And
Okay, we got your point. Okay.
Abby wanted different topics because last time she said she didn't like the relationship one, so I tried to spice it up so they're very,
Well done. Well
Very
done to the
different.
producer. Okay.
very
they're
different.
different, which is good. But mom needs to have open mind. Oh, is arguing a natural part of a relationship? Irony. Is arguing a natural part?
What can you say? What can you tell? Yes, it is natural.
Very
As they
natural.
say, if there is no argument in the relationship, that isn't a love. Yeah. So if you're real love, you can have a disagreement and you're gonna have a little arguments. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
too much, but yeah.
There's different types of arguments. Obviously, there's arguments like when you're just tired and
Like bickering.
Yeah, and you're bickering. Yeah, that's like them sort of arguments. And then there's like the type of arguments Mom says, like when you care about someone or something, then things can turn into argument because you're passionate about something. So then it can be an argument. So yeah, they're definitely natural in relationships. However, it's not natural to constantly arguing and be even bickering constantly isn't nice. So like if you're constantly bickering, constantly arguing, I don't know, I think you should reevaluate your relationship or try to change something in yourself, because Mom's always said You can't change the other person, you have to change yourself, and it's a very difficult pill to swallow, but as I've got older and I've started realising that yeah, she is right, and like when you change, like other people do change, and you literally can bang your head against a brick wall and keep forcing someone to do something, but they won't unless they want to, so you have to just do it in yourself. So yeah, I do agree it is natural, but I think you should be careful to think
It
that
has to be more like in moderate.
yeah.
Not every day and
Yeah.
every.
So if
like,
you're arguing all the time, don't be thinking, oh yeah, it's natural, everyone argues, because that's not normal.
No.
And that's not nice either. Like, who wants to argue all the time? Right, Mom?
Yeah. Agree.
You finally agree?
Go on, Mom, your turn to pick out.
Okay. I can't read, so there is no point me to, because I
I'm
need
sure
the
you
glasses.
can. They're quite big.
Okay, let me try to make sure don't spill the tea.
Are we raising sexist sons and men?
I don't get it.
So to be sexist is to basically, I'll give you the informal way and then we can Google like the proper terminology. But basically sexism is when...
Okay, yeah, when is men think, oh, we this, we that.
Kind of.
But yeah, basically it's about women are this only, and men are like, so basically they think that
Like,
men
say if I
are
was
in-
Men are
if I
like
was to say to
only men
you,
can do certain things,
yeah,
and women can't.
like say if I was to say, oh, you know, if I was talking to you and you were saying, oh, what do you think about this boy? I'll be like, oh yeah, he's just a typical man. He only thinks, you know, it's just like being very.
It's basically putting people in like a gender box. So it can
Oh, right,
it can
okay.
work the other way. We can say like, oh, men shouldn't cry. That's also
Yeah.
sexist. It's basically saying because you're a man you can't cry.
Okay, got it.
But the flip side of the question is, are we raising sexist men? So are we raising sons and men who basically think that, you know, women should be women and that's it?
Yeah, I think a lot of Asian families, especially men, they are raising their sons in that way.
It still happens to this day in a big, big, big way.
Yeah.
Yes, I do
Yes.
agree.
Yeah.
Carry
we
on.
Agreed. Yeah. You know, it's like even I didn't want to my son be raised in that way. I mean, you know, he's like going out with the different people. They all are men and they have a different approach. Yeah, even him, you know, we can pick up so many things and we always have a argue with him. You know, things not like that way. Yeah, people, I mean, you know, no, I don't, we are actually raising, but it's not healthy. It's not in today's culture, today's world, this day and age, everything needs to be, you know, modern way, not
Yeah.
in old way, because we're not living old ways. Because
Yeah.
it used to be, yeah, men used to go out and they have a different duties, and you know, females used to stay home, they have a different duties, and now it's like we are kind of equal, even not 100% equal, but we male and female work and do go out and do most of the stuff together, don't they?
Yeah, we're definitely living in an interesting time where there's so much
World
change
is
going on.
changing, yeah.
Where we're going through a transition period of the old and the new, where there's quite a lot of new but still quite a lot of old. So there's like kind of this transition period where some people think that we're modernizing and going a certain way, but there's still a long way to go. And within that transition period, I was actually researching about it, and our generation, the millennials, what I was reading was that our boys from our generation, be it Indian, be it black, be English, be like whatever race, they actually are looking for a woman who's going to do all the maternal stuff, so like the cooking and the cleaning and the raising the kids, because of the way that they've been raised. So I know from our experience that like mom and loads of our aunts and, you know, all our cousins, they get basically getting raised, so they're getting pampered, so like everything's getting done for them, the cooking, the cleaning, like everything. So I know, for example, mom's done that to our brother, and in doing so it's made them think that that's a woman's job. So that's why the millennial boys are actually going out looking for women like that, and if they're, and girls were actually going out and working more. So there's quite a weird blend at the moment where men are looking for that in a wife, but then the wives their roles completely changed now, because they can do that, but women are out just working just as hard as men. So I think we need to look at the way we're raising our boys, like not to have such a gender gap between the two. And if you're going to make your girls cook and clean, then also make the boys cook and clean, because unfortunately if you don't do that, it makes them think that that's the woman's role only. And
I think that in schools they are trying to teach the boys and girls the same equal.
But it all comes down to what happens at home. Like when you go to school, they don't teach you to be racist, but your parents teach you to be racist. So it's actually the responsibility of the parents to.
I think
take
it's
that
needed
on
more
board as well.
education to the parents. When they having through the media, through the in the broadcasting, parents need to be educated. Time has changed. We have to live with the time. If we don't, we're gonna lose. That's why we're having a lot of problem with having lots of divorces because of their
divorce rate is going up.
disagreement.
It's like nearly, I think marriage is like 50%, divorce is 40 something.
Wow.
So it's nearly 50%.
50% because of this
Difference in opinions, isn't it? Yeah.
So the people don't like
No,
to
but
change.
I think that is because people rush into marriage. I don't think it's because of that. I think
No,
they're
it is
rushing.
rushing marriage, but it's different opinion. No one's is like the egoist, and obviously this the how your beliefs works.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this whole society of pampering the sons, and how do you think the next society should do that? So if we were to have kids,
I think
what would you suggest?
Even I am telling myself because I have learned so much raising my children, what is right and what is wrong, where I went wrong, and
or what you could improve.
To my grandchildren, I know lots of things I can be. First, I would let them to go out and have the experience, learning, making them decision from young age. Right and wrong is really important, and equally, they have to, boy or girls, they have to learn the same stuff. So they know it's equal, no better than others. Basically,
I think we've definitely got a long way to go in the Indian community. I think it's getting there, but I think there's so much that we need to do, and there's so much we still need to raise the profile for us women. But yes, come on girls, we could come together. But I know there's a lot to go, there's a long way to go in society for people to understand women are strong. We are strong.
It's
women.
not about the strong. It's not. I think it's like people are taking women, females. I'm sorry to say this. Don't think we are better than men, or we are power. We are this.
No, it's not
this
that.
Is
I think the problem is that men downgrade women. So men try to say, "Oh, you can't have a voice. You can't have. You can't. Who are you? You're just a woman. Go back in the kitchen." That's the sort of mentality they have.
But
it's better to stick to. It's better to stick together as women, because otherwise you won't get your voice heard.
Yeah, women need to be empowered.
You can't. You can't.
Okay,
you
you're
can never get
strong.
your point across if you're nice to people.
Yeah.
You can't, unfortunately.
Well, you can. It's just about empowering women. So you're strong and you're capable and you fought your way. Fair enough, that's great. But there are some women out there who haven't been able to think that they've got that power in them. You should know. There's people that you've dealt with in the world where they've been knocked so much by a controlling man that they've actually lost that within them to think, okay, I've actually got a voice, and make them feel that way. So that's why people try to say you are a strong woman, empower yourself, because you're a strong woman, you can think that, but some people out there don't have that.
And men, some people think women being strong means women are bitchy and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what
I don't like that. No, but that's what they perceive.
That's what society do.
That's what society wants you to believe.
Yeah, try to
saying that strong women are bitchy and that doesn't
so I know
mean.
I don't think we are bitchy. We strong means you have to be independent, and I think it's everybody has a right to be raising themselves a better way and improving themselves. If like good, you think this way, if you as a man you have a good wife who can think for herself, and it'll help you, she's gonna help you to go further. And if you like, you are the man and you got a weak woman, she's gonna pull you back, or she's gonna just sit, cry, and you have to do everything for yourself.
Yeah, you want to be like a team. Yeah,
so
it's
it's
a
a
good point,
team.
Mum.
Yeah, so it's like a train.
Balance.
It's a balance. Yeah, it's a train. It has to both like
Travel
wheel together. If one is in balance, so it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna bring the same results.
Yeah.
So it has to be on the same level, same pull, and you can force further.
Yeah.
So
I think it's just been years of men putting women in a box so they can control them. So now, like, I know even in the workplace, if like a woman is really strong, and like I've seen it myself, if a woman's like in power, in strong, if men's in power and they're up there, fine, no one says anything. But a woman in power, people will be like, wow, she's cold, she's this, she's that. Why is it any different that she's doing the exact same thing as the man? She's not being cold, she's just a woman in power, but people want to put those connotations on the woman. There's no difference. Like, she's doing a good job, the men's doing a good job. It's just this, it goes back to this really old archaic way that men have always tried to put women in a box by, a woman doesn't want to come across as strong and bitchy and whatever, because
I think as
they
a
don't
woman,
want
for
that
us,
image. But
yeah.
don't think that you need to stick to that image.
I think
Just be
it's
who
just
you are.
No, I think it's true. When 2-3 women get together, all they can start bitch about people as well. I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't think that's true.
No,
I don't think so,
much.
because I've got so-
I mean, on the reality shows, there is so many women. All they just start arguing between themselves.
Yeah,
No,
that's
and
a reality show. But look
no.
at men. When men get together, they also do that as well. There's loads of men who get together.
But
and
what
bitch
we can
about
learn as a female, as a woman, we need to be better ourselves. We need to be communicate with ourselves, respect ourselves and each other before we can fight through the men. If we can't work between us, we will never gonna go
Yeah,
any
don't
further.
put other women. You know what I hate? I hate when other women put other women down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's the
hate that.
problem. Yeah, that's what I say. That's what they bitch about. If you look pretty and they just try to bring you down.
Yeah.
Embrace them. Embrace
the women,
them.
we need to stick
help them,
together.
support
Stick
them.
together.
That's what I'm saying. We stick together.
Because that's
we
what the men did. They sport together. They just work together. They sport together. They help each other.
Yeah,
and
there's
that's
no
what
need
they
to
are.
be jealous. I think the problem was before, it was like the men get, they get given the rights. So that's why women have always had to fight for it. So like, I was talking to Guinea about it the other day when there was like 2 models, and only back in them days, like you could only have like one kind of coloured model. So then these 2 models were kind of fighting because there was only one spot. Because you could only have one.
That's the competition.
Exactly.
That's a different. Goes with the male and female as
Yeah.
well. That's a competition. When it's competition, it's different. But the real world, we need to support each other. Even in the competition, who won? You should support the
No,
person.
that's not what I'm trying to say. I'll explain it to you later. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that society or industries can make women compete against each other. And then that's what's happening with society as well. It's just that women think they have to compete against each other, but we don't. There's not one spot out there. There's space for everyone to do everything. You can do whatever you want. Don't be jealous of each other. Let's try and get rid of that jealousy. And a lot of the times, women are scared to talk to each other, and then when they do, they're like, oh wow, she's just like really nice, and just because she's really pretty, or there's
Don't
more
assume.
success there,
I think
intimidating.
people are assuming.
Yeah, women, we don't need to assume, we just need to talk to them and get to know them, and everyone's human, everyone's got a heart, everyone's got feelings, so just try to learn about them.
And everybody has a weak point as well.
Yeah.
Just go there and just help and support. This is what I say. Just doesn't matter if you are up there, down there, bottom, or wherever. Just like to you become strong person, and you can only become a strong person as a team as well if you're supporting each other, and
So-
then we can get there. And obviously men, they need a woman. Without us, they can't do anything, to be
So
honest.
to answer the question, do you think that we are raising sexist men?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Yes, we do.
My
on.
turn to pick. Should school hours be later in the day? For example, like have it 12 to 6 rather than 9 till 3?
For some people, yes, probably.
I don't know. Like, as I've like done some research, different people do work different. There is actually a science behind the fact that people do work differently. Like, some people are naturally get up early. Some people do work better later on in the day. However, I think that everyone should get up earlier.
Yeah,
to be honest.
the psychology of our body, actually, we're better in the morning.
Oh yeah, that's true. Everyone works better in the morning. That is
What I probably would ask if I was ruling the education department, I would
that would
say
be a scary thought.
probably start early and finish like midday. So
They finish at 3, don't they? Schools.
That's not midday.
That's not midday. Like
Why finish midday?
Then the kids can go and have a little rest and enjoy, and it'll be better. They can work that way better than like
So reduce the hours.
reduce the hour. It has a compact effect on the children. So
Yeah, maybe.
yeah.
But I do think that school hours is good to start early because it does create discipline within the child. And I think that people who, struggle to get up, I think it's just because they haven't got great discipline. So
Yeah.
I think if you get rid of that, it's gonna get rid of the structure. So yeah, I like that you have to wake up early for school.
Yeah, school definitely. That's the way. I mean, everybody work early in the morning, and evening should be free.
Yeah. Who wants to work in the evening? Who wants to be like collecting your school kids from like, late at night?
6
and
o'clock.
they don't want to come back late as well. Like, no. I think definitely keep the hours early.
Children will be really dead.
Okay. Should we ban abortion?
I don't know. I don't think so. We should ban.
I don't think we should. Because in
Because
India, there was a ban on it for a while, wasn't there? Is it
Was
still
it?
there?
It's too
No,
risky for
it's
the
12
mother.
weeks.
Oh, is it 12 weeks? Oh, okay.
I
I
didn't
didn't know.
up to 12 weeks.
Oh, right. I don't know.
So 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months. After 3 months,
You
okay.
have to keep the baby. I think that's the case.
I don't know.
But what
but
do you agree with it?
No.
I don't think it's it should be banned, because sometimes it's like.
No, I meant, do you agree with the abortion?
I mean, it depends on situations. I think it's a really, really hard one, abortions, because I know it sounds horrible, but if you're raped and then you accidentally get pregnant, that's very difficult for that mother to keep that baby. I mean, it's personal choice. You might keep it, raise it, it'd be great, but they should have the choice. But I don't know. It's a difficult one.
And also, it's
Difficult
like. I mean. It's like another thing is it does mentally affect you as a woman. It's give you the scar for life. You never get. I know a couple of people who have abortion, but they still think maybe, or I wish I never done that. So mentally it can give you really, really negative effect on your mind.
Yeah, it's disturbing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's disturbing, and it's a really difficult one, and I'm speechless, and I don't have the right answer
No,
for it.
nor do I. I think when it comes to this sort of thing, it's very hard to be black and white. Like, I know there are some people who are absolutely like for it, in the sense that we should
But
be
I
allowed the
am
right.
definitely.
But there are some people who are completely against it, Mom. They're like Catholics.
Wait one
for
minute.
example. Finish up with this. That was the last one anyway. Is it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there are some people who are completely against it. For example, Catholics. Like, there's no way. Like, you have no choice. If you're pregnant, you can't abort. That's it. You have to have the baby. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? Like,
But I think I also like, you know.
I don't think I'm that black and white on it. And I think it's the same with Indian culture as well, isn't it? It's not.
Indian, that's what I was going to say. Indian, you know, they just like what happened just recently in India, especially Punjab. If you got girl or baby girl and you just go
Yeah, they were
easy.
aborting.
I'm against that. You know, if you got girl, accept it. Girls are good. You know, just girls are. You know, it's same as a boy. You never know your boy's gonna how he's gonna turn out. So just keep your girls, keep you know, if you is another topic what we believe. Oh, boys gonna take our family forward and girls are gonna go to the different family. Even though girls go to the different family, they still look after you. Both my parents look after. I look after them properly. And if I had a brother, my uncle, he had 3 brothers, and they both parents, then they didn't been looked after properly. And I have seen so many sons not looking after their parents, and where girls always go and look after their parents. So I personally, I'm disagreeing on, you know, if it's a boy, keep it, and girl, just get rid of it. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. Yeah. So all people just do not have an abortion. Have a small family, but please, if you wanna abort, please don't do that. It's not nice, and you actually killing a human.
I think there's obviously different. People abort for different reasons, don't they? Yes, people used to abort because of the boy-girl thing, but there's people who abort because they've had sex outside of marriage and things like. There's loads of different reasons for aborting. It's not just because of that. It's not just because of that.
Yeah, some people might be too young.
Yeah, some people are too young, accidentally get pregnant, then they abort. Some people aren't married, they abort. Some people are actually in a relationship, but they can't abort.
Oh my god, yeah. Someone's done that before.
Some people are in relationships.
Yeah, some people are in relationships and they abort because they don't think they're ready for a child.
Yeah, that's it. So they think, oh, not ready for a child yet, I want to do this X, Y, Z, I still need a promotion or whatever, abort. So there's loads of different reasons as to why people abort. That's why I'm saying it's hard, it's not a black and white thing. Like some people, some people have absolutely every right if they've been raped and they can abort. But then sometimes people are aborting, you know. Are people aborting too easily? I don't know, we need to look into the stats.
I think people... Maybe, like, I think you shouldn't be allowed more than one or something.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be, you know, there's some people who have multiple abortions. And
yeah, that's true. They should probably be like a max limit that you can abort.
Yeah.
I do know, well, I don't know actually. I definitely know that there's some sort of process to it. Because obviously we know someone who couldn't get an abortion. They don't just let you willy-nilly get abortions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, of course they don't.
Oh, okay.
So there is some sort of process in that, but yeah, like obviously you can get an abortion, like I suppose it's your right to get one, isn't it? They can't stop you from doing one, but I know there is some sort of process, and maybe that process needs to be more vigorous on who's getting abortions and who's not. Me.
Yeah, I think it needs to be probably more updated and more strong. I think.
What do you mean updated and more strong?
It means like, you know, make sure not to people keep going back and it's not like, you know, it's not playing with your emotions, playing with your mind.
Yeah. It's not a contraception, is it?
No.
Like abortion shouldn't be like a last resort. It should be like it should be a last resort. Yeah. Abortion shouldn't be like, oh, I can get an abortion. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It should be like,
it should be you need to think.
I should not get pregnant.
I think, you know, young children need to be probably educated in schools. they do, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
But
But
probably
we don't
more.
really talk about abortion though.
Oh,
do we?
so I
Yeah,
think
they
it need to
probably
be
should talk about it.
educated.
Yeah, parents should talk about it with their children.
Children,
Yeah.
and the school should be talk about it in schools, especially to the girls. How to be careful, because some girls just like they've been used and abused as well in the early age, because they're growing up. They don't know what happening, what is right and what is wrong. They need to be educated. They need to be guided. How to be avoid these situations. Yeah, so we didn't come to the conclusion.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
hard.
it's
I
a
think
hard
that
one, tough
There's no black
one.
and white.
So we're gonna leave it just open,
Yes.
and we definitely want your opinion. What do you think? How can be improved, and what is your experience? Did you had any bad or good experience? What did you learn from it?
Share all your stories with us down below, or send us some messages on Facebook, Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll look out for you in our next tea time topics. Woo!
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers!